Hello and welcome to another episode of Property Ponderings, the podcast where we dig deep into the world of property buying, selling and renovating, giving you property advice to ponder. My name is Craig Nicol, your host. I'm a licensed real estate agent in Melbourne, Australia, with over 15 years of property experience. I want you to make better property buying and selling decisions to build the future that you're chasing. So today's episode is for those active buyers who haven't yet found the right property as the year wraps up and listings stop coming onto the market. With Christmas just around the corner, the market often slows down, but it doesn't mean that your buying journey has to stall. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly what to do over the holiday break to position yourself for success in the new year. So let's dive in. Firstly, I want to discuss why the Christmas break is such a unique opportunity. The Christmas period is often viewed as a quiet time for real estate, with many agents, sellers and buyers stepping back to enjoy the holidays. But if you're an active buyer, this lull can actually be an advantage, so here's why. Firstly, there's less competition. Many buyers put their searches on hold, which means fewer people are competing for the same properties. And I can assure you that if you are a buyer on a property, an agent will make it work over the Christmas break to get you through the property and for you to potentially purchase that property. The second reason is that there could be motivated sellers. Sellers with properties still on the market may feel pressure to close deals before the year ends, particularly if they've been listed for a long time. They're not exactly looking forward to another few weeks or months into the new year to slow the next step on their journey. And number three is that there is time to reflect and prepare. The break offers a breathing room to reassess your strategy, refine your budget, and deepen your understanding of the market. So instead of stepping away, this is the perfect time to regroup and gain an edge over other buyers. So another thing you can do over the break is just reassess your buying strategy. If you haven't been able to secure a property yet, it's worth taking a step back to evaluate your approach. So consider these key questions. Are your expectations realistic? Have you been looking for properties outside of your budget or in overly competitive suburbs? Look for nearby areas with similar amenities but lower prices. It may be time to make more of a compromise. Another question is, have you been decisive? Sometimes missing out is a result of hesitation. Revisit past opportunities you let go and consider what stopped you from making an offer. And the last question that's really important to ask yourself is, are you working with the right professionals? If you haven't engaged a buyer's agent or you don't have a trusted mortgage broker, now might be the time to build a stronger team. This period, the Christmas period, is also a great time to review your pre-approval, ensuring your finances are still in order. Remember, many lenders close or operate with limited hours during the holidays, so act now if you need updates. The break is really good to just offer an opportunity to build your market knowledge. The property market might slow down over Christmas, but that doesn't mean that you can't continue learning. So here's what you can do. Firstly, review listings. Keep an eye out on properties listed before Christmas that haven't sold. These sellers might be open to negotiation. The second thing to do is understand local trends. Use this quieter time to dive into recent sales data and pricing trends in your preferred areas. Thirdly, inspect off-market opportunities. Some sellers and agents test the waters with off-market listings over the holidays, so build connections with local agents to get early access to these properties. There are definitely people that have sold or that have purchased a property late in the year that need to sell their home, so the fact that they can get buyers through over the holiday break could be a godsend for them to get a buyer in and the property sold so that they're not stressing over the break period or into the new year. Another really important thing is that you need to stay ready for January opportunities. The property market often picks up again in January as sellers who held off listing during December bring properties to the market. So here's how to stay ahead. Firstly, set alerts. Use property search platforms to set up alerts for new listings in your target suburbs. Secondly, have your team ready. Line up your building inspector, solicitor and mortgage broker so you can act quickly when the right property appears. Make sure that you're asking them whether they are working over the holiday break or when their best hours are, so you know who you have on call to be able to use for those January period negotiations. So the final thing is to practice your negotiation through these January opportunities. Be clear on your maximum offer. Develop strategies for bidding at auctions or making private treaty offers, but be ready to go and active. And finally, the last thing is to take care of yourself. Don't forget to recharge. Property buying can be stressful, so use the break to unwind, spend time with the family, and reflect on your goals for the new year. A clear mind will help you make better decisions when the market heats up again. The key takeaway I want for you from this episode is that you need to stay active through the Christmas period. If you do have a timeline on your property search, you can't afford to let the next 6 to 8 weeks go by without actively chasing for new opportunities. And a lot of those will come off market, but I can assure you now that a lot of agents, although they may have booked in holidays, they'll still be able to reply to you through text, emails, and call you back because they have live listings that they want to sell. So that wraps up this episode of Property Ponderings though. So if you haven't been able to secure a property this year, don't lose hope. The Christmas break is a great time to reassess, recharge, and refine your strategy so you're ready to seize opportunities in the new year. If you'd like tailored advice or help navigating your buyer journey, feel free to reach out at 0400 122 081. Otherwise, enjoy your holiday break and we'll chat again soon. The information provided in this podcast is for general information purposes only and does not constitute financial, legal, or investment advice. While every effort is made to ensure the information shared is accurate and up to date, it may not apply to your specific circumstances. Listeners are advised to seek independent professional advice tailored to their personal situation before making any property, financial, or investment decisions. Nickel Buyer Advisory and Craig Nickel disclaim all liability for any decisions made based on the information discussed in this podcast. Property markets are dynamic and outcomes can vary depending on factors such as location, timing, and economic conditions. Always conduct thorough research and consult with trusted professionals before taking action. By listening to this podcast, you acknowledge and accept this disclaimer.